Have you heard? Have you heard? A baby is coming this very night. That's what everyone shared with great anticipation in our story earlier about Jesus's birth. And the excitement of this joyous occasion was palpable. The animals were lowing and the stars aligned. The arrival of a baby is a magic moment in our lives, isn't it? I remember my own excitement exactly 18 years ago today when my baby arrived in the middle of the night. Happy birthday to my very own Angel Gabriel, who's watching online and due to various COVID circumstances wasn't able to be here in person today. But I'm glad we're able to get together virtually. You incubate this child, this promise of new life for 9 months, and then they make their way into this world, all potential, all mystery, a bundle of joy and love, and you hope you give your child a beautiful, safe, and gentle entry into this world. But the conditions for Jesus's arrival were not so gentle. Riding pregnant on a donkey through unknown lands, Mary didn't know where she'd find a place to give birth. And now for those who've been pregnant, you know that's a frightening idea. Not knowing where you might undergo this intense physical experience, which can in many cases be life-threatening, is scary. And for those of you who've not experienced giving birth, trust me, you want a place that's warm, comfortable, and safe, right? Not what Mary and Joseph were getting. As the story goes, they went from inn to inn in a strange land and were turned away again and again. No room in the inn. And it makes me think about the many migrants around the globe who are fleeing their home country due to violence or climate change, desperate to find a safe space to begin their new lives, especially if they're pregnant. And it wasn't until Mary and Joseph came across a group of animals that they found a quiet stable for Jesus to be born. And there the story goes, he was born in a manger, a trough, on a bed of straw. An inauspicious and rather uncomfortable start for this heralded Messiah, this messenger of love and joy, don't you think? And yet, isn't it exactly where we sometimes find the deepest love and joy? Amidst hard times and challenging circumstances. Sometimes the struggle can make the joy that much sweeter. A cozy blanket and warm cup of tea on a cold, rainy afternoon, or some good news amongst the daily difficulties we hear about, or a baby born to a healthy and exhausted mother. No doubt Mary and Joseph forgot their troubles for a moment and experienced joy as they held their newborn in their arms and were surrounded by loving animals. Many of us find ourselves in difficult circumstances now. Like for Mary and Joseph, little is known or solid in our lives. We're asked to pivot constantly, and there are a lot of threats to our well-being. And although our circumstances may seem difficult and discouraging, like Mary and Joseph, I invite us to trust that in the end, all will be well. That we can still find shelter from the struggle to give birth to love, hope, and joy during this time. Like every baby born in this world, no matter where or how they are born, this baby was the embodiment of inherent worth and dignity, of promise and hope, a messenger of love. So today, as we commemorate this joyous birth, we might wish to look right here at this tradition of Christmas to find our joy. Christmas in its purest form is all about joy, isn't it? Joy to the world, the joy of Christ's birthday, the joy of family, the joy of love being born into this world, the joy of the magic of the season, the twinkling lights, and watching our children's delight. The joy of giving and receiving gifts, no matter what's going on in our lives, it's an opportunity for us to pause, to be with one another, and to celebrate joy. It's an opportunity to relish the moment, the delight, the mystery of being alive. And it's a chance to remember our interconnectedness. A story in the Washington Post I read yesterday tells us a Christmas tradition was born in Rogers Forge, Maryland last winter, thanks to a string of lights and an act of kindness. Matt Riggs knew his neighbor across the street, Kim Morton, was dealing with anxiety and depression amid the pandemic. And in November 2020, he decided to hang a simple strand of white lights from his home to hers. I was reaching out to Kim to literally brighten her world, Riggs told the Washington Post. And while this was meant to lift Morton's spirits, it actually ended up inspiring several other people as well. And little by little, the whole neighborhood started doing it, Morton said. And soon the street was transformed with lights gracefully stretching across the road from house to house, including one strand that spelled out, "Love lives here." Love lives here. Christy Nelson, author and director of Grateful Living, reminds us we need joy to be able to manage the hard things. When my eyes fill with wonder and my heart with love or joy, she writes, I do not betray my concerns from the world. Instead, I nourish my capacity to attend to them. Celebrating Christmas nourishes our hearts with love, generosity, gratitude, and joy to be able to attend to the difficulties in our lives. And it gives us strength and courage for the work of love. In a moment, we're going to sing the famous song, Joy to the World. And though we sing the traditional words at the beginning, the Lord is come, if you wish, you may translate the word Lord in your minds to love. What would it mean if we could truly say, love is come at this time? Joy to the world, love is come, right? Wouldn't that be something to celebrate during this difficult time? The song asks every heart to prepare room. What if everybody's hearts were touched by love, not hardened by hate or fear? What if everyone were guided by love, not by self-interest? If we were flooded with compassion and care for all those who are hurting? If love were truly to become the predominant quality at this time? Now, wouldn't that be the most huge cause for celebration? Wouldn't that be a cause for hope and give us joy and faith in our future? Thank you. My beloveds, I invite us to seek all the places in our lives where we might let love and joy be born. How might we create the conditions for love to arrive? Where could we put up a banner saying, love lives here? Isn't that a wonderful idea? I leave you with the words of Kenneth Pfeiffer. May the love of the season be with you through all the days of the year and give you strength and courage and faith. May the peace of the season be ever in you and bring you comfort and hope. May the light of the season shine in your heart and bring you happiness and laughter. And may the joy that is in you be shared with others. May it be so. Amen.